Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. And we have a whole bunch of callers on hold already. So we're just going to go ahead and go to the phones. Today is the day before Valentine's Day, so it's going to be fun to see if we get a bunch of romance questions. And if we do, those will be fun to see what kind of answers we get. So let's go to the phones. And I believe our first caller is Claudia. Hi, Claudia.
Hi, Julie.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So
good. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from London.
Oh, my gosh, girl. What time is it there?
1 a.m.
1 a.m.? Were you just up, or did you set your alarm and get up?
My mom woke me up.
Oh, I'm so honored that you got up in the middle of the night to talk to us. My gosh. So, well, terrific. Okay, well, what you got going on? We'll answer it quickly so you can go back to bed and get your beauty rest.
Okay, thanks. So, I've been having headaches that last a few hours at a time, almost every day for like 2 months. And my mom didn't know what it was, so she told me to call in.
Okay. So 2 hours a time, where are you when you get them, and what time do you get them?
I get them at school and at home, and the time varies.
Okay. What is it after you've eaten something, Claudia, or is it when you wake up, or anything going on with that?
9 a.m. and they can finish at like 8 p.m.
Oh, my. So they're all day, or they just last a couple of hours?
Yeah, they're either all day or they last maybe like 4 hours and then there's a break and then they'll start again.
Oh, my. Okay. And there doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason if you're at school or if you're at home when they happen?
No.
Okay. All right. You're kind of fading in and out. Can you hold the phone next to your mouth so we can hear you better, please? All right, so let me get you on my radar. What I'm going to do, Claudia, is I'm going to raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit, because we're all spirits attached to a body having a human experience. And when we're attached to a body, we vibrate more slowly just because the body has mass. So I raise my vibrational level, just takes me a nanosecond, and I watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama in the U.S., which is the southern part of the U.S. near the Gulf of Mexico. And I'm watching a laser beam come northeast up to you, and it's going to hook into you in London. And then I'm going to have you on my radar, which I do. So I'm shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head, and I have a hologram of you in my mind's eye. And it's as if I'm looking at an X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI. So something will be identified, and then normally there's some type of energetic healing that happens afterwards. So shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head, and 2 things come up. Number 1, I see inflammation. Number 2, I see static, like you see on a TV screen that isn't operating properly. You know, just kind of that fuzzy stuff. Looks like a bunch of dots that are moving really fast. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, on a TV screen. All right, so inflammation looks like red fog over body parts. It's over your head and it goes down to your neck. like to where your shoulders start. So my guess is when you have a headache, you have a lot of pain in your head and maybe it even radiates down into your neck. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm putting anti-inflammatory energy on it, which is a royal blue color, and then I'll be able to get underneath that fog of the inflammation, get that calmed down so you'll feel better, and see what's going on with you, my dear. Okay. Couple of things. How old are you?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you started your period yet?
Yeah.
Okay. So number one, I think it's hormonal. So what I'm doing is I'm calming down your estrogen levels and I'm balancing out your testosterone and progesterone levels. So I think your hormones are a little out of whack. You know, when you look at have you ever seen a sound board where they have different sounds that look like they're in columns and they go up and down depending on who's talking and what the sound is? That's what I'm watching happen. I'm watching your hormones get leveled. That's number one. Number two, I think the static is representing you need to ground, because when you're in school, I'm sure you're in Wi-Fi, right? And you're looking at a computer probably most of the day, and you probably have your cell phone on you, right? So you're being bombarded with a lot of electronics, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're probably in a classroom that has fluorescent light too, correct? Fluorescent lights, probably. That's what I'm seeing anyways. So what I want you to do is ground yourself. And depending on how cold it is outside, you can put your feet on grass, you know, like in the summertime and the spring when it's nice out. Do you have a basement in your home, Claudia, that is cement?
No.
Yes?
No, we don't.
You don't? Okay, all right. That's another thing you can do in the winter is to ground yourself by standing barefoot on cement in a basement or a garage when it's cold outside. And then the other thing you can do, and that's what I'm doing now as I'm grounding you, the other thing you can do is Google grounding, and you'll get a bunch of information that'll come up. And there are all kinds of devices that you can get that can ground you, and that will help. I think you have so much exposure to electronics that it's helping contribute. I think it's that and your hormones is what's going on. Okay? So that's what I'm getting right now. So I hope that helps. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Any other questions before I let you go about any of that?
No, thanks.
Okay. All right. Go back to bed. Thanks for getting up and talking to us.
It's fine. Thanks for answering my question.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's see who's next. I believe it's Sister Rosemarie. Hi, Sister.
Hello, Julie.
How are you?
I'm good. You were wondering about Valentine's Day, and in 1970, I gathered with 7 sisters on Valentine's Day to prepare to go to Africa.
Oh, my. How did that go?
It went well. I have 30 African sisters, and I was there for 8 years. It was a wonderful experience.
Where were you in Africa?
In Zambia.
Oh, my gosh.
That's Central Africa.
Okay. And where are you now, Sister?
I'm in Palm Desert, California.
Okay. Well, that's a big difference from Africa. That's pretty swanky, isn't it? Palm Desert's right next to Palm Springs, and this time of year, that's where all the people with their winter homes, they go out to their winter homes in Palm Desert, right?
Yes, it's great during the winter. I couldn't stay in the summer because I came back with malaria.
Oh, my. Okay. Goodness. All right. Well, how may I help you this evening?
Well, I'm having some thyroid problems, and actually, when I was in Africa, I had radioactive iodine, and it took care of the problem until about 5 years ago, and then they removed the left lobe for cancer, and now I have to go in on February 26th, and they're thinking that they might have to remove the right lobe for cancer. So I'm wondering what you think and what magic you can work.
Well, sister, you know about this. It's the Holy Spirit working through me is what I believe. I believe it's Spirit that works through me. I'm just a facilitator here in this equation. So I know I'm preaching to the choir here, right?
It's a marvelous gift you've been given.
Oh, thank you. Yes, and I learned how to do this. Anybody can do what I do if you learn how to do it. So here comes my laser beam sister from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading out to you in Palm Desert. Got you, shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. Okay, right side of your thyroid, the left side's been removed. Is that what you told me?
Yes.
Okay, because the energy went to the right side of your thyroid. And when you're saying you're having problems, what's happening?
Well, they took me off the levothyroxine and wanted to see if it would kick in so that I didn't need but it left me completely disabled, and I could feel a tremendous toxicity in my body. So I don't know whether it's from cancer, or if it's from the fact that I had radioactive iodine and it's dead, or what. And so they're just trying to see what's the matter.
Okay, I'm not seeing cancer right now on the right side of your thyroid, but I'm glad you're going in anyways. I think you need to get that checked. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a healing on you, sister, and it's going to just regenerate the left side of your thyroid, and then I'm going to crank the whole thing up. We'll get it producing some thyroid hormone, all right?
That would be marvelous.
Stem cell energy looks like a light amber-colored gel. It has sparkles in it. It is the coolest stuff in the world, sister, because it will regenerate whatever body part we need. So what I'm watching happen is I'm watching a glob of it get put on the left side of your thyroid, the missing part. And the thyroid kind of looks like a butterfly. It's almost like a butterfly shape. So I'm watching that get put on the left side. And then there's a vortex that spins. It's a centrifuge that spins above the gel, and that's what transforms the energy into whatever body part we need. And sometimes things that are regenerated will show up on the scans, and it really baffles the doctors, because they say, okay, how did you grow another side of your thyroid? So if that shows up, you can just say, well, must be divine guidance or divine intervention.
I'll say it's the Holy Spirit. I'll say it's the Holy Spirit through Julie Ryan.
You don't even have to mention my name. Oh, so that's centrifuging now, and what's happening too, as a result of that centrifuging, it's like it's given the right side a tune-up. Okay, because the energy is spinning. So given the right side tune-up. Okay, done. All right. Got a pink, healthy thyroid looking now. So what we're going to do, sister, is I'm going to get that thing cranking so that it will generate thyroid hormone for you. The thyroid kind of goes to sleep. It does when we take thyroid medicine, because it doesn't need to produce any thyroid. And so when we get this started and get it producing thyroid hormone, be really cognizant of how you're feeling. So if you're feeling jittery or you're feeling some kind of off, pay attention to that and go see your doctor if something happens in the short run, because you've got, another 10 days or so before you go to the doctor on this.
Should I try and stop taking my levothyroxine?
No. Keep taking it,
okay.
but if you start feeling jittery or you're feeling symptoms after this healing, pay attention to that, and you may need to get in sooner. Okay,
right.
Don't change your medication until you see the doctor. You may not even need to change it there. But no, work with the doctor on this. The way that these healings work, sister, energetically, is that they happen on the energy, in the energetic field, and then they integrate into the body. And they can happen instantly. It may take days, weeks, months. You may need additional care, like what you're getting. You're on medication. May need some kind of therapy, like physical therapy or something else, depending on what's going on. But at the end of the day, it's always our spirit's prerogative to utilize the healing in a way that's going to best facilitate what we want to experience in this lifetime. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's not just with this, it's with everything. You know, where do you live? What do you do for work? Decisions we make all day long are all going to affect our journey in this lifetime. So I hope that helps. Please let us know how you're doing.
I will.
And good luck when you go see the doctor.
Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
God bless.
Okay, let's see who's next. I believe it's Kim, and Kim's calling us. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Julie.
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Terrific. Thanks. Thanks for calling in this evening. Where are you calling from?
From Ontario, Canada.
Terrific. Well, you're in the same time zone as North America, so that's good. That's good for you. You're not like Claudia getting up in the middle of the night to call in. How cute was that? Well, good. Well, how may I help you?
My son, for the last few years, he gets ill frequently, and we've been told through blood tests that he has a low-functioning immune system. And we've done a lot of different things. We're on our second naturopath. We've brought him to osteopath. So I'm just not sure. Nobody knows why, and I don't really know how to help him get stronger.
Okay. How old is he, Kim?
He's 10.
And has he been sick his whole life, or has it just happened in recent years? Or?
Well, it seemed to happen probably just around between the ages of 3 and 4, and then he started school. So then he was exposed to, he just seems to pick up everything that's going around.
Okay. And what's his name?
And then his name's Tyler.
Okay. What were you going to say about Tyler?
As soon as he gets sick, it goes like straight to the lungs, straight to the respiratory.
Okay. So that's his Achilles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And how do they treat it, with antibiotics?
They have been. Lately, the new pediatrician we've seen has now got him on 2 different kinds of puffers, and especially one puffer, but like for the whole year.
Okay, so that's steroids.
Yes.
And antibiotics. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, Kim, is I'm going to connect to you and from you to Tyler, and then I'm going to ask his permission to scan him, because I always ask permission if somebody's asking me to scan somebody else. I don't walk around scanning people. I don't think it's ethical to do that. And I can, but I won't, because I don't think it's right. I think it's an invasion of privacy. And just fair warning, a lot of the times little kids say no because they don't know what we're doing. So here comes my laser beam. If he says no, we can still get information. I just won't get a visual on him. But we can ask questions. And I don't believe that's an invasion of privacy, because I believe Tyler's spirit's just going to tell us what it wants us to know. So I think that's a different ball game. So here comes my laser beam, heading north from Alabama. Sweet home Alabama is what I like to say. All right, got you. Okay, got Tyler. Tyler, I'm talking to your amazing. I know, it's fine. Okay, so did you set that up with him? Does he know that we're talking about?
I told him I was going to be calling in.
Okay, good. Good job, Mom. Good job. Okay.
He says you have a beautiful name.
Oh, thanks. So where is he being exposed to mold? Have you had a water leak in your home?
No, we just found a spot the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. But my husband said he took care of it.
Okay. All right. He has mold. He has been exposed to mold. I can see mold in his system. So I'm clearing it out. And wherever there's mold, there's always overgrowth of candida yeast.
Okay.
And so a couple of things. First of all, what happens is the mold releases toxins. The toxins cause the respiratory problems, cause things like that. If there's mold in your home, and what you may want to do is you may want to schedule a private appointment with me, because then we can scan your home. We'll have time to scan your home and see where it is. Chances are it's more than just that one place where your husband found it, especially if this has been going on this long. But what happens is the mold causes the respiratory things. Then we go on antibiotics and steroids, which wax our gut biome, the ecosystem in our gut, all the bacteria and stuff. And that's where our immune system is based. So the antibiotics, it's like an atomic bomb going off in our guts, and it allows yeast to overgrow. And the yeast release toxins into the intestinal wall and the GI tract, and it causes what's called leaky gut. And then microscopic particles of food and the toxins being released by the yeast get into the bloodstream, and the body's like, oh, wow, we're under attack, and does an immune response. So then it's a hamster wheel, because the immune system's whacked, and then we go on medicine to help, and then it whacks the immune system some more, and then we catch something else and go on medicine, and then it's just a hamster wheel. So if you email me, Ken, Julie at AskJulieRyan.com, I'm going to send you a link for a gut biome test. And it's a fancy word for a poop test that you can do at home without a doctor. And it will test what the status of his immune system is, what his gut biome is. It'll tell you what all the critters are in his gut. I don't care so much about that. What I care about is that food is the best medicine. And so this test is going to tell you, and it comes with a phone app you can download, so it makes it really easy. It's going to tell you, these are Tyler's superfoods, these are the foods for him to avoid, and here's why, here's everything else. You can eat this a little, eat this a lot, whatever. Oftentimes, we eat food that we think is healthy, and it's healthy, but it's not healthy for us at any given time based on what our gut biome is doing. So the best way to restore the gut biome is with food. So let's find out what his superfoods are and what foods for him to avoid. So anybody listening that wants this gut biome test, I talk about it a lot. It's a game changer. Julie at AskJulieRyan.com. Email me. I'll send you that link. In the meantime, Kim, food-wise, do your best to keep him, easier said than done with a kid, I know this, but keep it low on the food chain. If God made it, eat it, he can eat it. If man made it in a factory, ask him to avoid it. Little kids will know that. You show them a Twinkie and you show them an apple and you say, which one did God make? And they know it's the apple. So even little ones know that. That's number one. Number two, keep them away from fermented foods like yogurt and stuff like that. A lot of people talk about if you have gut issues to do fermented foods. That's fine if you don't have a yeast problem. He's got both. So we want to get that cleared up. And I've gotten, while I've been talking, I multitask because I can, because I'm a girl, right? We girls, we know how to multitask. So I've cleared the yeast out of his system. I've stitched up the little separations in his intestines causing leaky gut. I've removed the mold from his system. So those are all healing. And I think let's get his immune system well, and let's do that with food. Okay? So email me and I'll send you that link.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. You bet. Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Tell him we said hi. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, let's see who's next. I believe it's Romy. Hi, Romy. Oh. Hi, Romy.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
I switched off the speaker.
Oh, thanks.
I'm well, but I'm also in a big pickle.
Okay, please tell us where you're calling from in that pickle.
I'm calling from Scottsdale.
Okay, terrific.
Okay.
Tell us about your pickle.
Okay, so in 2012, I had endometrial cancer and had a hysterectomy. In 2015, and they left the ovaries. 2015, I had a tumor on my ovaries. Those are removed. In October, I had emergency surgery to remove a brain tumor, and the pathology was ovarian, so it's metastasized. And I have 2 tumors in my right lobe of my lung and another tumor that's on the left side near the lower left aorta.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get some help.
Okay. So how are you being treated now?
I'm being treated mostly with IVs right now of like vitamin C, alpha lipoic acid, quercetin, ozone, curcumin, and doing some acupuncture and yeah. And I've been doing that for 3 weeks. I'm not doing.
So you're not doing the chemo thing.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And
have you done it
talking
in the past?
about that? No, I have not.
Okay. All right. So let me get you on my radar, and then let's do a DNA healing on you, and I'll explain what's happening as we go. All right. This is what I do with cancer patients all the time, and other degenerative diseases and autoimmune. I'm saying that in air quotes. Autoimmune diseases. Yeah. All right. So here comes my laser beam hooking into you in Scottsdale. Got you. Shooting energy. Okay. Yeah, I can see it metastasized all over. All right. So what we're going to do is everybody has an X chromosome. Boys have a Y chromosome. Girls have 2 X's, right? There are strands of DNA that come out of the X. That's what I'm watching happen. I have a hologram of you in my mind's eye. This is the healing. I'm watching these strands of DNA that are coming out. And I'm really descriptive, Romy, when I'm doing a healing because if you can envision what I'm seeing, it's going to help integrate it into your life.
Great. Okay.
All right. So that's why I talk in such detail about these healings. So imagine the strips of paper that are found in fortune cookies with the fortunes written on them.
Yeah.
That's what these strands look like that come out of the chromosome. You have 7 that have come out. That's very normal for cancer patients.
Okay.
The strips have 4 letters on them, A, T, C, G. They are what make up the DNA. The DNA is the recipe that tells the cells how to behave. When we have cancer, that recipe has been corrupted, usually by some environmental thing that we've been exposed to. So what I'm watching happen is I'm watching that recipe get resequenced. So the ATCGs are being rearranged in warp speed, kind of like playing Scrabble in warp speed, where you move the letter up and over to form a new word. So I'm watching that happen when the strand is resequenced back to a normal recipe, a normal healthy strip of DNA. It snaps back into the X chromosome. When it's all done, the chromosome goes back into your body. All right, so 3 have snapped back in already. The 4th is being resequenced. I mean, this happens in warp speed. The interesting thing about this is normally the first time I work with somebody who has cancer, all 7 strands will come out, and then that cancer can be really crafty because it mutates. And so periodically then, once I work with somebody, we'll have 2 or 3 strands that'll need to be resequenced again just to stay 3 steps ahead of the cancer.
I see.
So I'm watching that. This is very cool. What I'm watching, Romy, is I'm watching cancer looks like blobs of black tar that's thrown. You know what a dairy cow looks like? The white dairy cow, and it's got like splotches of black on it. That's what cancer looks like when it's metastasized. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm watching is I'm watching those blobs of cancer fade. They're not as dark, and they're fading as these strands of DNA are going in. So let's do that. All right, last one being resequenced. That's going back in. I think it would make sense for us to have an hour. We can go in.
Yes,
we can remove
I
these
definitely
tumors.
want that.
Yeah, dude. But this is a big step with this DNA resequencing. And interestingly enough, this healing came through to me probably 6 or 7 years ago. And the first time I saw it, I called a buddy who's a geneticist, world-renowned, and I said, "What in the heck am I seeing?" And he said, he explained what it was, and he said, "This is a hypothesis. Nobody's seen it. Nobody can prove it, and there's no way you would know about it." And I said, "Well, obviously I do, because I just described it to you." Now every time I talk to him, he wants to know what I'm seeing. So yeah, go to AskJulieRyan.com and schedule a private session. We'll have an hour to work on
Definitely.
this. But I hope this makes you feel better.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Can you tell
You're
what if
welcome.
the treatments have been helping me?
I can't tell by looking, but when I ask the question, I get a yes.
Okay.
The other thing, real quickly too, Romy, is have you heard of the book Radical Remission?
I think yes.
Okay, it's really
stories
terrific.
Of people, it's stories, right? Yes, I have.
Right,
that book.
it's a woman that did research and people that were sent home to die, and 10 years later they're up walking around. So it goes across all socioeconomical cultures. I mean, it's really a remarkable book. Anybody that is dealing with cancer, has a loved one, get the book Radical Remission. It's really, really terrific. So I highly recommend that you maybe reread that, just pick it up and read stories out of it. Okay, I think that will help too. Okay, well, good luck. Hope to talk to you again.
Thank you. All right, you will.
Bet. Bye-bye.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see who's next. I believe it's Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Julie.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm terrific, thanks. Please tell everybody where you're calling in from.
I am calling from southern Maine.
Okay, terrific. Well, are you covered in snow?
Snow and slush at the moment. Not very nice out.
I'm sorry. Oh, well, come on down and see me. It's beautiful down here.
I imagine. I could use some sunshine right now.
Yeah. Well, good. You got a question for me?
I do. My Valentine sweetheart fell and hit her head on the ice about 2 weeks ago tomorrow. So I was wondering if you could do a scan and a healing and maybe see how severe it is.
Yeah. What's her name?
Paige. She's sitting here with me.
Paige. Oh, good. So you've cleared that she's going to say yes when I ask if I can scan her?
Correct. Yes.
Oh, good. All right. So I'm going to connect to you, Lisa, and then from you to Paige. Here we go. Here comes the laser beam from Alabama.
Okay.
Okay, got you. Got Paige. Paige, talk to me, Lisa. I know it's fine. Okay, good. Shooting energy. So she's got, she has what is left over from a brain bleed, which is a concussion, when she fell.
Yes.
And so I'm seeing scar tissue that's forming on the back of her head. And it doesn't necessarily mean, it doesn't necessarily always mean that that's where you hit when you fell. And a lot of times you don't even have to hit your head to get a concussion. It's just when we're in car accidents, and there's a fast stop. Our brain matter moves around in our skull, Lisa, and the inside of the skull is not smooth like the outside of our skulls, and so it hits these bony prominences, and it can cause brain bleeds. So what I'm doing, I can see where the brain bleed was. It looks like if you spilled, red food coloring on a floor, and then it dried up, but it's left kind of a spot where it was. So I'm scooping that out. I'm also scooping out the scar tissue. Scar tissue looks like chicken cartilage to me, the kind you'd see in a chicken breast with the bone in.
Oh, wow.
And again, I'm really graphic because if you can envision this, if Paige can hear us, if she can envision this, it's going to help integrate the healing into her body.
Okay.
So, because the body's always going to follow what the brain shows it or tells it, even if the brain doesn't believe it. Like a scary movie, you know, when you watch a scary movie, you know it's pretend, but your heart may feel like it's going to jump out of your skin at any moment because it's so scary.
Yeah, that is true.
Right? Yeah. So I'm scooping that out. Stem cell energy is coming in. What I talked about before, that centrifuging that's going to generate new brain matter. And the reason why we want to get the scar tissue out, Lisa, is because scar tissue can occlude neural pathways. So
right.
I would recommend that you look up concussion protocol, 2 places. Go to bulletproof.com.
Okay.
Dave Asprey, he does a great job with his podcast. If you do a search on concussion protocol, that will help. The other place I would go is Amen Clinics, A-M-E-N, like amen at the end of a prayer. AmenClinics.com. And look at their concussion protocol as well. And it's a lot of omega-3s and stuff like that to help the brain heal from that. So that'll be complementary to the healing that was just performed on Paige.
Excellent. I really appreciate it.
You are most welcome. Happy Valentine's Day to both you and her. Hope she feels better.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
You're welcome. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Lisa. Okay, we do this show every Thursday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4160, access code 533-677# or hashtag. You can find this information a lot of places. On my website, AskJulieRyan.com. If you scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, you'll see it. Anywhere you download podcasts, I believe we're on 70-some networks. We're in over 100 countries, and it's in the show notes, anywhere you download podcasts. We're on Alexa. We're on YouTube, again, in the show notes. Also, I send out a newsletter or a blog each week, and it's a question that somebody has submitted online. And in the body of the email, it says, hey, remember to call in on tomorrow on Thursday night. I usually send it out Wednesday nights. And it's got all this call-in information. And then lastly, social media. I'm at Ask Julie Ryan on Instagram and Ask Julie Ryan on Facebook. And I always post the day of the show. I'll say, okay, call in and get your questions answered, and it'll have that information. So you can find it a whole bunch of different places. While you're on my website, schedule a private appointment, and we'll have a whole hour to talk, like what I was talking about with Romy and also with Kim with her son. And then we have an hour to talk about whatever you want. You want to do a medical scan, you want me to scan your pets, you want to do a past life thing, talk to someone who's deceased, do past life stuff, I mean, whatever. It's really fun. We have a ball. And even if it's something really serious, we still laugh because there's always fun things that come up. So I'd love to have you for a whole hour. You can find my calendar at AskJulieRyan.com. All right, this week, the question came in from Falcon, and Falcon lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And she said, hi, Julie. I've had a series of bad relationships, and I'm feeling hopeless. One resulted in a child. Do you think I'll ever find the right person? Thanks, Falcon. And here's my response. Hi, Falcon. Thanks for your question. It seems appropriate as we approach Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow. My answer is absolutely, in all caps with an exclamation point. He went on to say, I believe you can and will have a wonderful relationship. Psychology Today suggests 7 tips for finding love. They are, number 1, know what you want. Number 2, be prepared to invest time, effort, and money. Number 3, know your value as a potential partner. Number 4, have self-awareness. Number 5, show your humor. Number 6, let friends help. And number 7, hold high standards for a relationship. Sounds like good advice to me, with the most important one being the first. Know what you want. So be very specific about the qualities you want in your mate. I'm not talking about how they look. Rather, I'm talking about their personality traits like dependability, kind, funny, likes kids, etc. In addition, refrain from thinking or talking about all the negative things about your past partners. Instead, focus on what was positive about them and add what else you'd like. That good old law of attraction thing will bring you more of what you think about, so make it benefit you. You know how, especially we women, we talk about all the things we didn't like about our past boyfriends or you know, partners or whomever, girlfriends, whatever. And then we're focused on the stuff we didn't like, and we're bringing more of that in. So focus on what you want, and then you'll bring more of that in. I went on to say, find 5 things a day to be grateful for. Certainly your child's a gift. What else? Even if it's basic items like the air you breathe, the sunlight you see, the heat in your home, the water you drink, and a car that works. Be grateful. Being grateful raises your vibration and makes you feel good. Lastly, know your life is unfolding perfectly. Every experience has given you the opportunity to grow and get clearer about your preferences. You can't know what you want if you don't know what you don't want. I went on to say you can't reach the top of a staircase without touching each step on the way up. Life is like a staircase. We need to go through experiences, and I put in parentheses steps, so we resonate with exactly what we want in order to realize it. So good luck. Thanks so much, Falcon from Santa Fe, for submitting that question. I thought it was perfect for Valentine's Day. Okay, let's see who else we have. I think our next person's Andrea. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Lee. Hi.
How are you?
I am good. Our session last week was so amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell everybody where you're calling from. Please.
I'm calling from Rhode Island.
Okay.
And I already ordered the gut biome kit, and about 20 minutes before I called in, I enrolled for your next angel attendant class.
Fabulous! Oh, how exciting!
So
you're our second person already.
I'm so excited. But my question
for April.
My question is, okay, so my brother's birthday was yesterday. I mentioned him towards the end of my session, but I didn't have time to ask any questions about him. He got into a car accident, a very, very bad car accident in September of this past year. His whole body was sprained. He got a concussion. Anyway, he needs to do a full session with you, but he has some phone difficulties right now. So anyway, I wondered if you could scan him. I did ask for his permission, so he knows I was going to call. And his name is John.
What's his name? John.
John.
All right. Is he near you in Rhode Island, Andrea?
No. He is in Tucson, Arizona.
Okay. Well, as soon as I said that, I was already connecting to you, and then it ricocheted back southwest, and it was going really far south. So I'm thinking, this guy's in Texas or, like heading over towards Arizona or New Mexico or something. So, all right, that makes sense. All right, John. Got John. John, I'm talking to your sister. Is it okay if I scan you? He's saying, I guess so. He doesn't sound too thrilled.
Oh, my God.
All right. Okay. So what's going on with him, Andrea?
He's having a very hard time right now. He got super injured in the fall in this car accident. Very injured. Yeah. And I flew out, like an emergency style, flew out to go help him. We don't have any family. Like, we don't have parents or anybody to help. So I went, but I have my own slew of problems. So I was asleep like 80% of the time that I was there, and I just did the stuff, like I addressed the most urgent need, like getting him water, making sure he had food for a few weeks, setting him up so that like all his stuff was accessible. But he hasn't really had much help since then, and he's just having a really rough time.
He's got a whole bunch of scar tissue in his head, and what I was just talking with Lisa about her with her partner Paige, that same thing. that concussion thing, I think in John's case it makes sense for him to go to Amen Clinics. Go to amenclinics.com, AMEN. They have centers across the country. Paige, if you're still listening, you and Lisa, I don't think you need to be seen at an Amen Clinics, but I think John does. They'll do what's called a SPECT scan, and it's going to check to see what parts of his brain are lighting up with different functions. They'll ask him to read stuff and look at pictures and stuff, and it'll light up. In the meantime, I would go to amenclinics.com, look at their concussion protocol. I would go to bulletproof.com, look at that concussion protocol, get him on massive doses of omega-3s, and follow what else they're saying. But I think he needs to be seen.
Okay. I think he does too. Thank you.
Yeah, what I'm getting is the energy when I got him on my radar, Andrea, it went right to his head. And so as I'm talking, I'm removing scar tissue out of his head like what I did with Paige, but it's he's got a bunch of it. So, So I will finish that after the show. I'll finish working on him and put stem cell energy to regenerate new brain matter. But in the meantime, I really think he needs to be seen.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. I'm so thrilled you signed up for the class. The next class, I've got a class right now with 12 students in several countries, and it's a blast. We're going to do week 2 on Saturday, and then the next one starts the last 2 weeks of April and the first 2 weeks of May. So you're the second person to sign up already. So anybody that's interested, you can join Andrea and me. Then we've got a gal from London that signed up already, Andrea, and then it'll get full. So if you're thinking about it, go ahead and sign up for it because it'll fill up. And it's just a game changer. I'm thrilled to hear you signed up. Thank you for letting me know.
I'm so excited. All right. Well, I will talk to you soon.
Okay. All righty. Take care. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see who's next. I believe it is Denise. Hi, Denise.
Hello.
How are you?
Great. My son Darian wanted to ask you a question. Is that okay?
Sure. Please tell us where you're calling from.
Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, but you got some of that white stuff on the ground up there too, don't you?
Yes, it's coming down. It's great though.
I bet it's pretty good.
I think that he might need you to scan me, so I'm giving you my authorization. I'm not sure what his question is, but
okay.
Hi.
Hi, Darian.
It's me again.
How are you? Please tell everybody how old you are.
11.
11. What's your question for me, sir?
Yeah, it's a pretty deep one, but I was wondering if you could scan my mom, see if she was going to have a baby because I've been lonely at the house for 11 years.
She appears like she's going to have a baby?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Is she pregnant? Or you're asking if she's going to have a baby?
Yeah.
Okay, but she's not pregnant now?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. What I'm going to do, Darian, great question. You'd like a sibling? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. So baby's energy looks like little orbs, and it hangs out on top of the mom's shoulder before it's ever conceived. Sometimes it can hang out there for years. And have you ever seen an orb in a photograph, like maybe a family picture?
Yeah,
and people think, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like it's one time me and my mom were looking at an image and we thought it was like an alien ship or something in the picture. But it was like an orbit though, yeah. So those small circles.
Okay, well orbs in pictures are usually spirits, and sometimes when you blow them up you can see faces. So what I'm doing is I'm getting your mom on my radar, and she's got kind of sort of an orb above her right shoulder, but it's not in all the way, Darian. So I think that Spirit's kind of thinking about whether or not it wants to incarnate in this lifetime, because it's kind of very faded and kind of coming in and out. And even when it's in, it's very faded. So is your mom wanting to have another baby?
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know? Okay. Well, that would be maybe why that baby's spirit's kind of fading in and out. Right now, I'm getting a no, but I'm seeing a spirit that's trying to attach to her energy field and come in strong. So if she changes her mind, that may make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. She better hurry up before you're grown up and in college, right? And out of the house.
I know. I think she's just too scared to want to have one again.
Yeah. Well, I understand. Okay. Well, thanks for calling. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
All righty. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's see who we got next. I think it's Miss Susie. Hi, Suze.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I was curious. A couple weeks ago, you were telling people that they had mold in their house, and I just wondered if you see. I've never asked you that question before, and I thought I would see if you see any mold in their house.
Well, usually how I can tell is if somebody has mold in their energy field you've never had and you don't now.
Oh, so. Great. Wonderful news.
Yeah.
Because we did have a couple water leaks in 2 different rooms, so I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, if there's mold in the house, it shows up in the energy field because the spores get all over. The water leaks you had remediated, I assume.
Oh, my husband just took care of it, so I didn't know, if he did it himself, so I wasn't sure. And by the way, I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. I know I forget to tell you sometimes, but yeah, that's great news.
I think he did a good job.
Yay! Yeah. Well, thank you so much. That's a nice relief.
You're welcome.
I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You too.
I will do. Thanks so much. Take care.
Okay,
thank you. I love your show. Okay.
You
bye-bye.
Too. Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Miss Amy. Hi, Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi. How are you, Julie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
California.
Okay. Whereabouts?
San Diego.
I know. I always feel so sorry for you living in San Diego.
I tell you, we have been spoiled. We have had summer for winter this year. It's been great.
And even when you have winter, it's mild.
Oh, well, yeah. I tell you, sometimes it can be cold and wet. We had a good storm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we've been having a good.
But you're not like Denise in Buffalo or Kim in Canada, for heaven's sake. So
I grew up back there. I know. That's why I live here now.
Yeah.
Moved out here.
Yeah. Right. Well, so Amy, did you get your massage therapy license renewed?
You're gonna kill me. No, I didn't do it yet. I just curious. I have to pay a late fee, and I'm battling with it. I'm like, darn it, I don't want to pay a late fee. Can I make that evaporate? Would they work with me? I'm being a butthead. I'm mad at myself.
So, what we're talking about, everybody, is Amy's called in several times and said, should I get my massage license renewed? And every time she calls in, I keep getting, yes, do it. And she's being very uncooperative about it. But you know what? The thing about that, Amy, is spirits don't care. Spirit doesn't care one way or the other. It's your decision, and you can't make a wrong decision. None of us can make a wrong decision ever, because life all unfolds perfectly for us. So, and keep in mind, one other thing I wanted to mention, keep in mind that time that we know it, time as we know it, is linear time, is made up by humans. I think the Romans made it up. They certainly made up the calendar. And so time in the spirit world doesn't exist. So a million years in our reality may be a blip on the radar screen in the spirit world. So keep that in mind. That's why they don't care. Spirit doesn't care. Your spirit doesn't care.
But what it is I missed it by 12 hours, and because of that 12 hours, I hit you with a late fee, and then another one, and I just get annoyed, so annoyed at myself for not being 12 hours earlier. So that's why it's somersaulted into this. But just one more time, just throw it at me. Are my spirit guides saying yes, and it's going to go smoothly, or did I just really, how hard do I have
yes,
to do?
and it's going to be yes, and it's going to be more expensive, but do it is what I'm getting.
They don't get away around that late fee?
Nope. Well, they're just saying it's going to be expensive, but do it. But how much is the late fee? It's not a lot. It's not a lot, right? Isn't that what you told us before?
It's $180 late fee.
Okay. So in the big scope of life, it let you be obstinate about it and, just pay it and move on.
I know. And just could you put some magic on that 180, like a way the universe would just drop that on the ground for me? Or I don't know. You could say, yeah, I found a bag of on the ground, no name attached, nobody was harmed.
Okay, so here's how that works, is when money always shows up when we need it, for whatever we need it for. So, focus on you're going to have the money to pay it, and you'll have it.
Okay, so it will go smoothly,
All
and
right.
trust in it, trust the universe.
Yep.
Oh,
Go for it.
I should have listened to you the very first time. So, yeah, everybody listen to Julie the first time.
Okay, girl, I got to run. Happy Valentine's Day. Go get yourself a Valentine and renew your license.
Okay, yeah, that's the love.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All righty. Thanks, Amy. Take care. All right, everybody. I hope your Valentine's Day is wonderful. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week. Thanks to everybody that called in. Please call in, submit your questions, schedule an appointment, sign up for Angelic Attendant Training, and you can have an amazing experience and enhance your life with all of the people that have signed up so far, Andrea and me, and a gal from London. So I'm looking forward to that. Till next week. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.